selected a tab based on this particular Moodle. This is the main page which all the students are going to see. We've removed any reference to a specific subject because initially we had one in there and we called, obviously across business lines, all the different subjects, different numbers and so on. So we've taken that out. We've basically stuck with it, participate in environmentally work practices as a better topic name, I guess you could call it, and had a reference there to the mill. Trying to give our students a basic indication of what it's all about, that the fact that the sustainability isn't just stuck to one specific area, it's across different lines, different areas and so on. So they all see this particular page, which just scrolls down to some other general information and so on. The next tab goes into basically what they need to do, and this has a slight reference to RPL and so on, assessment. And once again, this is a general direction here. We're just trying to give them a rough idea of how many hours they spend each week. That there is 2 assignments. We're not making any specific references to any of what's in the assignment at this point. We're just saying there's 2 assignments and quizzes and so on, so they have an idea of what's involved in the course. The next one, we started to break it into the different lines, business lines. So once again, we're referring to MELT so they can understand once again that we're not talking about specific areas. And from there on, it basically goes into the main, what we feel is the common areas of sustainability. So the idea is they click through each one of these, do some reading, some videos and so on. There's a basic quiz there. We've included an assignment to make sure that the better students have a chance to shine and they can do some research and so on. So the first half of it basically is generalised. It's across all the MELT categories. But as you go further on, as you get down into this second part here, assignment 2, that's where we were intending to break it into specific lines and areas where each business line can put their own information in and have their own take on it, and basically have their students give out basically your specific information that you want for that particular assignment.
Some of the things that we've come across along the way is probably each section will need to input their own specific material at some point, all right? Because there's industry-specific needs, they'll need to actually put that in and be responsible for it. For that reason, each section would need to have an editing teacher on the Moodle. We wouldn't want every teacher to have editing rights because that's just going to get really messy. So obviously, and if it's just simple changes, it's very quick. Only one person, 1 or 2 people maybe in a section need to know how to use the software. And once something's set up, it's really only going to be minor changes and updates as the semesters fly by that we'll need to worry about. The enrolment key has to be unique for each cohort of students. Alright, and as I said, the example I've been using is class name, but obviously they'd be up to sections. As Simon mentioned earlier, the section-specific assessment would have to be graded out of the same mark, which in the current case is out of 100 for all sections, so that when the mark is put back into WSI line, it's the same. So you wouldn't want to mark your assessment out of 50 and a student gets 49 out of 50, which is a brilliant mark. You dump it into WSI line, it's going to think it's 49 out of 100. All right, so everyone has to sort of grade to the same or normalise to the same mark. Each section will have to make sure that common material meets their needs. All right, so obviously there's going to be variation, but once again, as Liz was saying earlier, we need to have that sort of flexibility built into it. We also have to go into this with open minds ourselves and be flexible in the way that we deliver things and some of the content.